I will bend over backwards to help these local businesses. I am trying to help them. Don't come to me and say, trust me, it was going to be a great year. At the other end of the spectrum is the person who comes in and says, look, Mr. Feinberg, I had this contract and I had this contract. This was going to be a great year. Look, okay, you've certainly, that's the minimal proof. That's fine here. So I'll work with you, Congresswoman, and the people down there to try and maximize the compensation.
It took 40 years for Stu Scheer to build his business, running charter fishing boats for tourists in the Gulf. Now it's all falling apart between the oil spill that shut down business and haggling with BP over his claim. Stu walked into the local claims office, but BP classified him large loss and moved his claim 90 miles away. He only speaks with his adjuster by phone.
The emergency payments that are going out under my watch do not require that any claimant give up any of his or her rights to litigate or go forward in court. You can take these emergency payments, pocket them, and if you ultimately want to litigate, go ahead. I think that is very unwise. I will urge these claimants, don't go to court. Litigate for years. You don't know if you'll win. You pay your lawyer 30 or 40% in a contingency fee. As with 9/11, come into this program. The emergency payments are without any condition, and then ultimately, if you receive an award and you're willing to give up your right to sue, it's purely voluntary, and I would urge claimants to do just that.
There's no one who wants this thing over more than I do. You know, I'd like my life back.
The embattled CEO of oil giant BP, who famously said he wanted his life back while overseeing the company's response to the Gulf oil spill, is apparently getting just that. Hayward will step down on October 1st. BP now combating the public relations disaster by putting an American face on the British company. Robert Dudley, a longtime BP employee, will take his place.
Today BP have announced that they're changing the boss, and I think that what we want to do is make them not just rearrange the deck chairs, but actually look at the whole future direction of the company.
It's a welcome change, but just changing faces and not changing corporate philosophies doesn't really get you anywhere. The people in the Gulf South want to know that BP is completely and totally committed to completely making it right, and that means not leaving just because the well is capped. Again, you know, it's important. You got to capture the oil, you got to clean the coast, make sure everybody gets compensated, and then start thinking about how BP is going to completely make it right long term for what it is that they've done down here. When we see that kind of commitment, when we see that kind of change in the corporate philosophy, we're going to feel a lot better than them just changing out their chief executive. We welcome Mr. Dudley. We look forward to a wonderful relationship with him. We hope that we have one, but we need to see more. We're not in a very trusting mood right now. We hope that that changes in the future.